Hey everybody, Joel here. So I'm in the brand new mudroom. Here is the addition over in this area, the floor space, the new entryway to the garage, and the existing flooring that was in the existing mudroom. Right here is where the door used to be. So I'm cutting out this flooring and putting in this new stuff I just picked up at Home Depot. Don't mind the shoes, just haven't cleaned those out yet. But using this LifeProof product, hadn't seen it before. I think it's new, but it's a high traffic vinyl tile that clicks together, 100% waterproof. So I think that's going to be a great product for here in the mudroom. So I gave it a saw cut. We're going to cut or make the transition right here. We'll leave all the hardwood out there in the entry hall and the kitchen and so on. The whole main floor is that type of wood. It's really pretty. And then that'll transition into this slate type of looking tile here in the mudroom. So like I said, bring you guys along for the ride and we'll see how that stuff goes down for installation purposes. So I've got all the old floor torn up, made my cut. Came out pretty decent once I got to it. And then the seam that was between the house and the garage, so the new addition here, it was probably, I'm guessing 3/4 of an inch thick. So I got some large gap filler, crack filler to put in there. We'll let that harden up, and then the transition between, see, the door used to be here, and I've got it really nice and level there. But over here, where you couldn't tell, because that was outside and inside, it's off just maybe a 1/16. So I'll put some leveler in this area just to make a nice smooth transition for the floor. I may level out more of it, but we'll see. This tile does not need a backer or a substrate of any kind, or a backing. What would you call it? Like a foam backer. It's got a really nice rubber back on it. Show you that. It's really, I mean, it's almost like a rug, like a rug would have a back on it. So that should be a really good backer. Says again that it does not need it. So we're gonna go with that. We'll keep on rolling along. So these tiles are very, very easy to cut. One is to score right across the face a couple times with a sharp utility blade. And you can just flip it over and give it a good chop on the back side and it'll snap. And then you have to cut through the rubber membrane, the rubber padding. But the other way that it says, well, you can use pretty much any wood cutting tool, but I'm going to use a jigsaw here. Well, let's take a look and see how this fits. So in getting these pieces in, I'm going to try to hold the phone and hold the camera. I do most of my filming on just an iPhone. But so you want to slide this tongue and groove together just like that. And then you're going to end up pulling this tongue along here. Let me zoom out. Back the other way. You're gonna match this tongue into the groove that I am sitting on top of. So I've already got this one pulled in tight, but it's still loose enough to where I should be able to pull this piece right up towards me and it will snap and just click right in. So looks pretty decent here. Once I slide, this amount is about the same as this amount. So when I slide it this way, it should be right on the money. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull that together. Okay, I think I can hold the phone while I do this now. But you see there's no gap, and I was lifting on this edge of the tile, sliding the tongue underneath. Bit of a lip, but once you run it together with a mallet, it's nice and flush. So I'll go ahead and get this one finished up here. Another thing I wanted to point out is it calls for about a 1/4 inch gap all the way around. I have approximately that. Some gaps might be just a hair larger. My transition, I don't know if I had a shot of the transition, but when I had cut my existing wood floor, I cut it a little bit crooked. So I put my square against this wall here, and this was not square with the rest of the room. So, but my transition piece will cover that, so I'm not worried one bit about that. But I'll go ahead and I'll show what it takes just to tap that side and then to tap the seam. that takes care of that seam, really locks it together nicely. All right. Well, just a few more pieces here and a couple under the bench, and we'll be good to go. All right, looking good. So I did want to show you a handy little tool also that is basically, it's 2 suction cups with a handle. Glass companies use that. Bath shower door folks use those. They've got more of a commercial brand. This was a cheap off the shelf at a home. I think I got it off Amazon. But I needed to slide this. It was a hair out of square. So I needed to slide the entire floor just a little bit that way. The direction I was, that way. So I went ahead and put the suction cups down and just went ahead and tapped that gently. And I was able to move it about, that was probably 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. That's all I needed, but it did a great job. So this obviously is just a floating floor. I was not on the tiles. I didn't have these tiles in over here yet. So I was able to be on those and just slide it exactly to where I needed it. Worked out great. So here we have the final product. We've got a register that we're going to paint black or just get a different one so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. But the tile turned out really nice. Really pops against this white trim also. There's a little bit of dust I need to vacuum up still. Looks like there's a piece of tape over there. Got some touch-up paint to do. But this tile, it's the real deal. It clicks together really nice. You saw that earlier in the video. Went right back up underneath the floating seat here and turned out great. Again, it's LifeProof tile from Home Depot. Worked great. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all on the next video.